Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild
Greetings, YouTube. Alain Ali back from right here at the Green Thumb Gardening Channel. Today, we want to bring you guys an update on our 2-foot by 6-foot cubiculture garden planter, in which we planted purple dragon carrots roughly 3.5 to 4 months ago. We've had some issues going on in our planter over here since that last storm came through. Our foliage began to die back, to turn yellow and brown and die back. And although it may not be time for us to actually harvest these carrots, we're going to go ahead and harvest them today, regardless of what our harvest results look like, because again, our foliage is completely dying off for some reason. I'm going to spin this camera around in a second to show you guys what I mean when I say it's dying off. But at any rate, YouTube, we are indeed going to go ahead and harvest our purple dragon carrots today from our 2-foot by 6-foot cubiculture garden planter. If you recall correctly, we received these seeds as a gift from our dear friend Holly up at the Red Shed in Cleveland, Ohio. Holly, today is indeed today, my dear friend. We're going to see exactly how well we did do or didn't do with our first attempt at growing purple dragon carrots from the seeds that you sent us. Hang tight, YouTube. We're going to spin this camera around right now. Alright, guys, and here is indeed what our carrot foliage is looking like in our planter at this point. Again, since that last storm came through, our carrots foliage began to immediately die back for some reason. We didn't really get that much rain in this planter. We got a bunch of wind that laid our foliage down, but since that, our carrot foliage has begun to die back completely, turn yellow and brown. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and harvest our purple dragon carrots today. After we harvest our carrots, we're going to come back and immediately amend the soil in this planter and get it reseeded with some other fall crop. Today is actually, we actually had a high of 78 degrees today here in Grow Zone 8B, Tifton, Georgia. Summertime weather. And on another note, I want to show you guys something else right quick before we harvest those carrots. Here's what's going on with something that we haven't shown you guys yet. We purchased a raspberry plant on discount at a reduced price from our local Lowe's back at the end of July. It was almost dead. Most of the foliage had died on it, and most of the canes had died back. We planted it here in our yard, and this is what has happened. It's December the 9th, 2019, and here is indeed what our raspberry plant is looking like at this point in the grow season. You guys see that? Still looking pretty and green. And indeed, YouTube, indeed, we have raspberries in December. Take a look at that, guys. Can you guys see that? I have no idea how or why we are able to. In December. Again, we've had some temperatures down in the 30s here recently, although today it is 78 degrees. I have no idea how it is possible for us to actually grow raspberries in the month of December here in Tifton, Georgia. At any rate, YouTube, back to our carrots. At any rate, YouTube, this is indeed what our carrots are looking like at this point in the grow season. As we said earlier in the video, we are indeed about to harvest our carrots. I'm going to bring you guys along for as much of that as possible. I don't have anyone out here in the garden with me today to help me with this harvest, so I'm going to try to hold this camera with one hand and get over here and pull up a few of these carrots with the other hand. I'm going to start in the very back row. If you guys have been following the series on this planter, you recall that we planted 3 rows of purple dragon carrots here in this planter. We're going to start in the back row. That row got the least amount of sunlight and also the least amount of rainfall when it does rain here. So we're going to start in the back. We're expecting those to be a lot smaller than anything else we have. If we indeed do have carrots back here in this back row, we don't even know for a fact that we do. But we're going to start right now. Let's see here. On this end down here, work our way down that way. And again, we'll probably harvest this first row, break away for a while, harvest the last 2 rows, and come back and show you guys our total harvest at the end of this video. So hang tight while I reach over in here and start right here on this end with the very smallest ones. You guys see these tiny things? Yeah, super tiny. That back row. But again, we weren't really expecting very much from this back row back here. Again, they got the least amount of sunlight. I mean, these guys were just super tiny back here in this back row. I can't believe that. I mean, I was expecting them for them to not to be that large, but these are slightly larger. So maybe we'll have some success back here in this back row. Oh yeah, they're getting a little bigger, and they are indeed purple. None of these will go to waste, regardless of how small they may be. YouTube. We getting a little better, a little more length also on these carrots. I'm not sure why they started dying off on us. The bed is definitely not too wet, definitely not too dry. We do know that this bed is not getting as much sunlight here in the fall and approaching winter months as it did during the spring and summer months, but still no real reason why our carrots should have been dying off. So again, we're going to harvest this first row back here in the back, break away for a while, harvest the next 2 rows, and come back and show you guys our harvest, our total harvest at the end of this video. More like baby purple dragon carrots. Yeah, we do have some good diameter on them, although we don't have very good length, and that may be again due to the fact that we didn't get as much sunlight and rainfall back here in this back row as we did in our middle and front rows here. We are expecting somewhat larger carrots from our front and middle rows here. And yeah, good length on these guys, some of them, but not very much diameter. And some of them have quite a nice size diameter to them, but not very much length at all. Alright guys, these are our last carrots from our back row. We're going to break away at this point, harvest this first and second row. We're going to keep each row separate to show you the different difference in the size and the length and the diameter of the carrots in all 3 rows. And we'll show you that, come back and show you that at the end of this video. Hang tight. Alright YouTube, this is indeed our harvest from our purple dragon carrots, our first attempt at growing purple dragon carrots. Again, we received these seeds as a gift from our dear friend Holly up at the Red Shed in Cleveland, Ohio. And this is the results of what our first row produced. The row in the very front of our planter, the one that got the most sun and the most rainfall. As you can see, some of our carrots are a pretty decent size. Some of them are not so large, but again, they won't go to waste at all. We don't really have any misshapen or deformed carrots besides this little fat guy here on the end down here. And not sure why he's so fat like that and so short and stubby, but again, this is the results of what our first row of carrots produced. On to our second row, which didn't do so well. This is our second row of purple dragon carrots. As you can see, they're a lot smaller for the most part than the one in the first row produced. But again, they won't go to waste at all. And as you can see, our foliage and all of our carrots for some reason began to suddenly die off after that last storm we had. Again, very little rainfall actually struck that planter during that storm, but the storm did indeed lay all of our foliage down in that planter. They immediately began to die off after that. At any rate, YouTube, our third and final row of carrots did about as well as our first row, and we were expecting for this row to be the least productive of all of our rows of carrots. But yeah, our third row. Thanks for watching, and if you're not already, currently subscribe to the Green Thumb Gardening channel. Please take this moment to press that subscribe button beneath this video, that like button, that notification button, and be sure to share this video with your friends and family as well. Thanks. We really, really, really would appreciate it. Yeah. Our purple dragon carrots. Thanks for watching.
The Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. Let me tell you a story about a lion unleashed. Rap king, the blackest cowboy that you ever seen. You're looking for me, come and find me in the desert heat. Up in the saddle with my head bobbing to the beat. Desert eagle, that's my heater, keep it in the holster. Don't get too close, I might unload with slugs and knock you over. All the natives know this lion, they protect my shoulders. I got Apaches packing both, they hiding in the boulders. Out on the range, a lion roars, so they know my name. Pulling capers with my main man, Jesse James. I'm on and got the U.S. Marshal trying to bring me in, but me and the kid was lying low here at the lion's den. And it don't matter, into battle we roll like the wind, cause we were brothers though we had different color skin. Bullets flying all around, but we had steady hands. And when the dust settled, me and him would still stand. The Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. In Tombstone with my friend Doc Holiday, drinking whiskey and cleaning house in a card game. A card shark there at the table with his cracker cheek. I watched the Doc stand him up and knock him off his feet. The next day I found myself out in a different state, making plans to rob a stagecoach with me and Wade. We were riding time and hiding out in the shade, loading gun and sharpening the edges on our knife blades. Along came the stagecoach and it was right on time. Being smart, I knew exactly what was on his mind. He did a stick of dynamite and threw it in the path. When it exploded, made the horses panic and it crashed. We opened up the bike and grabbed the gold and got the